don't represent the reality of our timeline. And once they do, then they'll be able to talk about it. But right now, what they're doing is they're examining the evidence that the Big Bang exists and what could have possibly caused that.
Yeah, that.
Right?
Now, see, what
really is that we're measuring these particles, and in the act of measuring, you're changing the results because you're using something to measure it.
Yes. Yes, but
yeah. So it gets represented as all this woo-woo craziness.
But what I think is interesting, Joe, is somewhere between this woo-woo craziness and the kind of a flat, mundane, look, this is life, you're born, you die, you eat food, shit comes out your arsehole territory. Somewhere in there is a mystery that they're behind your eyes, behind Jimbo, Jamie's eyes, and my eyes, there is a constant, there is this consciousness, there is this awareness, there's this inexplicable experience that you've had on DMT, experiences that I've had through yoga and through LSD, that suggests to me that consciousness itself is the dominant force. Consciousness is not just one more phenomena, it is the seat of all phenomena. And when people are saying, oh, there's this thing that's God, what they are saying is there is an absolute consciousness and all is contained within it. All matter at some point has come from consciousness. These realms, they're experienced through psychedelic or extreme, personal experiments like your cryogenic things or your flotation tanks, all suggest a phenomenon beyond individual consciousness. There's something else there. And the very fact that, that it's that consciousness, even by the process of measuring, is influencing and impacting reality. I don't think that, I'm not taking that to the extremes. I know what you mean, mate. Some people go, oh, that means your mind can control shit. I don't think it means that. It means that reality is only reality when you look at it. That's what it's kind of getting towards. A bloody good book that I reckon your listeners will be bang into is called Biocentrism by a man called Robert Lanza, who he did the best breakdown I've ever read of that double slit experiment and of the made me understand for the first time that reality is happening within your own consciousness. It's not an external phenomena at all. That like he explained it in very ways that I could understand. Of like he went. You sort of think of something totally mundane. He went, like, the experience of going into your kitchen in the night and turning the light on. Is your kitchen fridge still there when you go back downstairs? He goes, well... He goes, when you do go into your kitchen and turn the light on, he goes, parcels of photons come down, they interact with the optic nerve, they're inverted in your consciousness. He goes, so whatever it is that's in your kitchen when you're not looking at it, it ain't the same as when you are looking at it. It's an interpretive reality. And one of the ways that I've sort of reduced this down from my own simple understanding is this, that if none of us had a sense of smell, if you didn't, I didn't, Jamie didn't, and then how would the concept of smell make sense? How would you go, oh, there's paint, there's bacon? None of us would have the instrument to receive it, so that whole thing would be off the agenda. So I think that there are streams of energy, streams of data for which we do not have the instruments to receive, so we totally discount it because we simply don't have the instruments to receive it. And I said once in my stand-up, as a matter of fact, like, my cat doesn't know there's an internet. The internet does not enter the realm of my cat's consciousness, but the fucking internet's out there. We're out here having all these fucking experiences, and like all those realms that we're experiencing in these various sort of psychedelic states, or however they're achieved, is an indication to me that there's another reality. Now, where does that become fucking relevant to what we're talking about? For me, where it does is one of the continual ideas that keeps re-emerging to connect us back to where we were with Joe Campbell at the beginning is there is this fucking sense of oneness and believing ourselves to be individual and believing that the dominant thing in our lives to be material. That fucks us up because people will kill each other over that material. And once we sort of realise, no, the true thing about us is the consciousness, is the inner self. That's the real thing. Now, we're all out here, we're all in the game, we're all going to do shit and we're all going to make mistakes. But let's not have the material idea as the dominant social idea, because everyone's agreed with that, whether they're communists or capitalists or fascists or whatever. Everyone's saying, no, the main thing is this shit that's out here. And it's like that connects to those primal drives, because that if that taps into your sexual drive, you can never have enough pussy. If that gets into your status drive, you can never have enough status and power. So like, we're all going to still feel those things. I'm still going to be a cunt 25 times a day, but it would be nice if the cultural ambience was, oh, don't worry, Russell, you'll be back to your normal self in a minute, of feeling that we're all one and we're all connected. Not, yeah, well, of course, I feel like that. Like that. And that's what frightens me about the culture of our countries at the moment, is it's endorsing the worst aspects of our nature. It's acculturating the worst aspects of our nature instead of the best aspects of our nature. And for me, there's no fucking difference between left and right in the current political sphere, because they're all making the same argument. They're